Tanya's Total Fitness. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to use a foam roller. Now there are different kinds of foam rollers. This white one here is actually a lot less dense, so if you're new to foam rolling, I would recommend getting one that's less dense because it'll hurt a lot less. This one is a very dense foam roller. It's by Axis OPTP. If you've been working out for a while, you're certainly, I would recommend getting a more dense foam roller. And then if you want something that really gets into more of those nooks and crannies on your body, really dig into those areas like in your shoulders and your hips and your backs, you might even look into getting one that actually has knobs. It really gets into those pressure point areas. Now the purpose of foam rolling or using these types of rollers or tools is for self-myofascial release. So it's kind of like massage, but you're doing massage for yourself. It massages the muscles that are sore, tender, helps speed up recovery. It also breaks down adhesions that are formed from repetitive movements. So today I'm going to go ahead and use my dense foam roller that I have, and we're going to go ahead and start with general rolling out things that we can do with the foam roller. So you're going to go ahead and start sitting on the foam roller. If it's your first time on there, just kind of rock back and forth. I like to start with my calves. So I'm going to go ahead and roll down to my calves, and I'm going to come up into plank position basically, and I'm just going to roll back and forth on my calves. You can do it anywhere from 12 to 20 times rolling back and forth. If you find an area that's tender, you can focus on that spot or just hold and put your weight into that spot. If you're not feeling too much here, in other words, there isn't any pain or it's not doing a whole lot for you, you can cross your legs so you put more weight into one side. And as soon as you feel a spot that tends to be a little more tender, just sit there and hold it, for 15, 20 seconds until you feel it relax. All right, then we're going to move up into our hamstrings. And just once again, foam roll back and forth on your hamstrings a few times. You can cross your leg again to see if you can get a more tender spot. If not, continue to move up into your glute area. I would highly recommend this to do after your workout, but it's also a really good thing to do before your workout because it helps to warm up your muscles. And then you can move into your back. And then you can move up into your upper back. And if you really want to get more into one side of your shoulder to the other, just lean more to the left side so you get more of your left side, and the same thing to the other side. So we've moved all the way up, and then we can actually do our lats. And this can be quite painful, just right here on the side. And just roll back and forth, finding that tender spot and sitting on it until it relaxes. And then of course you can do the same thing on the other side. Then I want you to go ahead and face your foam roller. We don't roll out our stomach. We also don't roll over our joints like our knees. So now you can do the front of your legs, your quads. Same thing, if you're not feeling it too much at all with both legs on, you can try to take just to one leg on one side and do the same thing on the other side. And then you're going to want to move into your IT band. For a lot of runners, this can cause them a lot of issues. So the IT band runs from your hip down to your knee. And so you can start out on your side. I would highly recommend, if this is the first time, put your leg out in front and use that leg to counterbalance some of your weight that's on the foam roller. Once you get a little better at this, it's not quite as painful. You can stack your legs so all of your weight is on one side. And once again, finding that more tender spot and sitting on it. And of course, what you do to one side, you would do to the other side. And then a couple other things that you might want to do before a workout is to work on some shoulder and back mobility. So the easiest one that you can do is lie on your foam roller This is a great exercise to do before you do some exercises to kind of loosen everything up, but as well as after. So the back of your palms are going to touch the ground the whole time. Put your hands down on the ground. They're touching. You start by your side, and you slowly kind of work your way up. Now for me, my arms get stuck right about here. If I want to keep going, I would actually have to lift my hands off the ground and they would no longer be touching the mat. So I'm just going to hang out here for it to loosen up a little bit, relax, and then see if I can't move my arms a little bit past that point. And eventually trying to work my way up to the top. Some people have great mobility, so they're able to go all the way through that full range of motion without getting stuck. So once again, I would do it like 2 or 3 times, trying to open it up and relax it, and continuing to push past that point, trying to keep the back of your palms on the ground. All right, the next one that's mobility, it's really for your thoracic, mid-back area. The whole time your butt is going to stay on the mat. Your hands are going to be out in front of you, sides touching, palms facing you, elbows touching. So you don't want this or even separated. Everything is touching. You're going to reach back with your hands, trying to get the top of your head and the tips of your fingers to touch the mat. Just hold for a few seconds. Come back up. Roll down just a little bit more. So you're going to do it 3 times, rolling up a little more on your back each time. Same thing, everything is touching. Reach back, your back really arches. Trying to get your fingertips in your back to touch the mat, and your head to touch the mat. Come back up, one more time. And again. I'm trying to keep everything touching intact while you try to reach towards the mat behind you. And then come right back up. Now we're going to do it again, but our hands are going to be a different position. Our hands are going to be behind our head. The goal is to keep our elbows out to the side, not right here. So we're going to open up a little more shoulder and chest as well as our back, and we're going to reach back. Trying to go far back as you possibly can, keeping your butt on the mat. Come up, same thing. Really arching, trying to reach back. And come up, and one more time. And then up. So those are just some few exercises that you can do with your foam roller, both before and after working out. Definitely after, if you have the time, I would highly recommend doing it before because it helps to open things up, warm up the muscles, and prepare your body for your workout. Thank you.